The first 2 nights were fine until the 3rd day came around and she was getting upset that she wasn't in control of the plan. So I told her we could do whatever she wanted to do because it was her birthday. And what she wanted to do was rent an ATV. So we went and got the ATV, we had it for the whole day, and then came nighttime. She looks at me and says, I want to go exploring. I said, okay. And so what did we do? We left our phones in the hotel room and started to drive the ATV in the dark in Mexico. It's pitch black. Like there are jaguar crossing signs. The scariest thing I've ever experienced, and I'm begging her, screaming, please stop the ATV, please stop the ATV. And she stops it as hard as she can, shoves me to the ground, looks me dead in my eyes, and then takes off and leaves me in the pitch fucking black.
We got part 2 of the craziest story I have ever heard or covered thus far. So we're not wasting no time, fellas. Roll the clip.
So I go up to her and I say, I'm going to leave. I don't deserve to sit here and watch this, so I'm going to go. And she looks at me and says, if you leave, I'm going to hurt tonight. So I said, okay, bet. And I walked up over to my girl and I said, I'm ready to leave. And they all turned to her and started screaming at her for me. I didn't even have to say a single word. It was like I had a little posse, like a movie scene. But we get all the way to the front of the villa when I realize I still have her phone in my bag. So the girls are like, stay here. We're going to run it back to her. You don't go anywhere. Stay right here. So they run back to the villa and I'm at the front now and I just hear blood-curdling screams. And I'm like, what is going on? So then I see them running out of the front of the villa, literally running for their life. They're like, we are leaving with or without you. We are leaving right now. Your girlfriend is a psychopath. I'm like, what is going on, bro? They said that the look in her eyes when they gave the phone back to her was the scariest thing that they've ever seen.
This is the girlfriend in question. Now tell me, guys, let me know down in the comment section. What about this woman speaks to I'm good for partnership? What about this creature says I'm good to be around and be involved with? Let me know down in the comments. A chick like this has red flags you can see from the space station.
Their life. And the thing is, I know exactly that look. So they leave because something, of course, in me told me to stay with her.
What a loaded gun. Guys, this is why you aren't in the business of saving women, guys. When you meet a chick and she's been through God knows what with God knows who, it is not your job to play rescue, okay? If you saw the first video, you saw just how crazy this night got and how out of pocket this chick, her girlfriend, was. To say that something inside of you told you to stay with her just goes to show you how deep the bond between abuser and abused goes, guys. You cannot overpower what happens inside the Stockholm syndrome of a woman who is attached to someone who has laid claim to her soul. And that's guy or woman. And you hear it right now. If you meet a female and she's been this badly damaged by somebody in her past she can't get over, no matter how badly they treat them, if you step into that role, if you put on your Captain Saver 304 cape, fresh out the cleaners, you will pay a heavy price, my friends. You have been warned.
And they leave, they get my number. They're like, make sure that you're okay. Please text us. Please stay safe. Like, we love you. We're here for you. And, yeah, I went back to go find her. And she was laying in the bushes, saying that her ankle was broken. So I picked her up and took her to the front of the villa and got us a taxi, took us to the hotel, and of course had to have security escort her once again. Bro. And what did I do the next day? Still kiss on her, still love on her, Be like, baby, let's pretend yesterday didn't happen. Let's pretend today's your birthday. So like I said, we woke up the next day. I still try to love on her, kiss on her, act like nothing happened the 2 nights before. That let's have a good day today statement, you know. She turns to me.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
See, I told you. You can't fix this. You can't save this. Now watch somebody say I'm victim blaming.
Pushes me away and says, we're done, Liv. I told my mom, we're broken up. So in my head, it's over because when moms get involved, the game is done. And, but then she goes on to call her right in front of me on speakerphone. And her mom says, oh, hi, honey, how was your birthday? Because she didn't speak to her. She didn't speak to anyone on her birthday. She slept the entire day away. And she goes on to say, oh, it was terrible. Olivia completely ruined it. So I'm not going to let that happen, especially 2 feet away from me. So I hop in and I say, why don't you tell her that you tried to girls right in front of me? And needless to say, that was a start to the end. The start to the frickin'. The final straw that broke the camel's back happened. And that's all it took for me to pack my bags and book the nearest flight out of Mexico back to the States. Called my mom, told her everything that happened, and I was out. But what happened was I got blocked. All of the pictures got removed immediately, like I was the one who did something wrong. And that's what started the social media snowball, even though they were the one to come to me, pressing me, saying that if I took it to social media, they would pursue legal action. That was the first thing said to me. Not an apology. Freaking bruh. And look, I never wanted to take it to social media, but it's come to a point where I'm posting normal content and I'm getting pressed about it as if I'm posting anything alluding to what actually happened. Okay, you're poking the bear. You poked the bear. This is, quote unquote, what I was told by my ex. Have an amazing life, Olivia. Truly, I hope you find your soulmate. It's not me. Best wishes and have a great life. If you do not want any more troubles, then do not go to social media. If you do want to post about our breakup, I will sue you and your family, my baby, until you can no longer put food on y'all's table. And you know that's the truth. Bye, sweet, beautiful angel. I will meet you in the next lifetime.
His ex-girlfriend is obviously a narcissist. And the one thing you need to learn about narcissism is the narcissist will not allow you or anybody else to damage their well-crafted, artificial face they've shown to the world. They'll fight like hell to defend their persona and destroy you if you try to expose them.
So I just want to add to the context of everything. When I left Mexico, she stayed there for another 12 days. And in those 12 days, she would not answer anybody in her life besides me. So me being the person I am, still care.
Why are you still talking to her? After everything that's happened, after all that she's said and done, why are you still in contact with this person? Oh my God, bro. If someone treats you like this, guys, they never hear from you again, is the moral of this story, and so many others. But yeah, why are you still in contact with this chick after she's... Oh, burst a blood vessel. I see it right now.
Her physical well-being and reached out to her multiple times throughout those 12 days to make sure that she was getting home to the States successfully. We didn't go no contact until after I got all of my things back from our apartment. And to be honest, we didn't end on terrible, terrible terms.
For you guys who didn't see part 1, I'm gonna link it down below, probably pin it to the top comment. But if this is her opinion of not a terrible breakup, after everything that happened down in Mexico, bruh, I don't want to know what her opinion of a bad breakup is. I don't even want to see it, hear it, none of that. That's crazy to me, bruh.
And I don't know if that was a subconscious thing on my end from wanting to be able to get all my things back in perfect tact, or if it was a trauma bond. Truly, I don't know. But the second that we went no contact and I was able to solely process my emotions and everything that I went through, I'm angry. I have so many freaking questions, but you know what? I've learned that some of those questions are better left unanswered. Seriously, I don't even want to know. And I've taken the time. I've taken the time to try and stay silent, protect someone's peace who has done nothing but disturb my own. But then when I get a text message by this same person telling me that what I have been posting online has tarnished the love that we shared, that it's disturbing their healing journey. What healing journey? What are you having to heal from? I'm the one having to relearn how to love myself, love others, trust others. All you did was lose me. And I'm not going to sit back and get a text message like that and let it go unspoken. Sorry, but I've been quiet for too long. Thanks for listening to my story.
There are multiple lessons to learn from this video today, fellas. Number one, if a woman is truly into you, she will move heaven and earth to make her being with you very, very easy. She'll open her purse. She'll spend her own money. She'll be openly affectionate with you. And even when things are going wrong, when everything is crashing and burning down around her, she will still find a way to comfort you in the midst of the chaos. If she's not doing that, she doesn't like you too much. Number two, when it comes to these situations where you have a person like our storyteller here, and I feel bad for her because my guess is any woman who would look at a relationship like this, as toxic as it was, and think this even slightly qualifies as love, tells me that she has been through some horrible things in her childhood. My guess is, can't prove it, but I wouldn't be surprised to find out if her story is told later that somebody in the family had no business trusting put their hands on her or other body parts. And I pray it never happened to her. I hope not. But it would explain a whole lot why she was in this, what she thought was a relationship, but what in fact was simply a predator versus prey situation. This chick that she was with, and yeah, there are some who would say she had it coming because she kept going back for more. Yeah, I get that. But I guess as far as YouTube's concerned, that's too much like victim blaming, so I won't go there. But for right now, for my guys watching, even though yes, this was a lesbian relationship, there's a lot to be learned here, guys, because you cannot treat someone who's treating you badly well. You cannot go out of your way for someone who couldn't care whether you lived or died. You can't care what happens to them either. You got to match energy with these women, guys. You've got to put yourself in a position where if someone is truly going out of their way to disrespect you, to cheat on you, to physically harm you, and leave you for dead, in her case, in the middle of the Mexican jungle at night, no cell phones, in a country that does not speak your native language. Everything was set up in place. It would have been a perfect crime. If that was the goal, and I can't prove it was, but if that was the goal, the Jaguar would have done the deed. No fingerprints, no nothing. Oh, my girlfriend got killed in the forest, in the jungle. Oh God, somebody help. When they found the dragged off remains and the smear of blood and bones all littered across the jungle floor, well, you can't put her in jail for it. The best you get her for was negligence. But even then, she's a woman, so she's only going to serve 63% of the sentence that a male would get in the exact same scenario. So much for patriarchy. But nah, fellas, this is crazy, man. And nah, thanks for telling her story. It works for good content for guys like myself. But for you guys who are watching, the takeaway from this is, gentlemen, never simp for women, guys. Never do it. Because simping will almost always be seen as weakness. And women cannot wait to punish weakness in the worst ways possible. And the mistreatment is going to begin in earnest. She's going to treat you badly, speak to you worse. Raise your standards, gentlemen. Demand excellence from these women. And if they cannot or will not give it, replace them with someone who gladly will. Remember, guys, 100% of a woman's ill speech and 100% of a woman's bad behavior is on purpose. And if you don't believe me, if you think I'm being too hyperbolic, consider this. Consider how a woman speaks to you. The words she uses, the tone of voice she uses to say it. When she wants something, compared to when she's acting out of pocket, compared to when she's completely out of line and out of order. Do the conversion in your own head. Don't take my word for it. You got enough life experience by this point. Even if you're one of my teenage guys watching this, you're in middle school or high school, you've got enough encounters with women, both in your family and outside of it, to know how they act when they want something compared to when they spazzing out and acting a goddamn fool. Bottom line, hold the women you encounter immediately responsible and accountable for their words and actions, gentlemen. No exceptions. Let's learn from our friend here, guys. Do not let this be you. That said, that's my time. Like the video? Comment down below. Share with a friend, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Never let your brother suffer in silence from the truth. Set him free. Networkers, we working. Until next time.